Traditional archaeological excavations still bring us surprises, but 2024 has become a turning point. New technologies such as ancient DNA analysis, geophysical research, and even artificial intelligence are allowing archaeologists to make amazing discoveries. Want to know what new archaeology has discovered this year? We have collected for you the most significant archaeological events of 2024. Amazon rainforest. Hello everyone, it's dawn. Well, here we go. And our first discovery, which we will talk about, is the lost cities of the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon jungle is a seeming paradise of abundance, but growing food there has always been a difficult task. That's why it was believed that no ancient cities could exist in the rainforest. But everything changed when people looked at the Amazon from a bird's eye view. In 2024, archaeologists found the oldest urban settlements in the Amazon. LIDAR technology shines through the dense vegetation of the Earth, has revealed more than 6,000 interconnected platforms in Ecuador that are already 2,000 years old. These structures are strikingly similar to those built by the Mayans in Guatemala and Mexico. Just imagine, dense, impenetrable jungle hiding entire cities. LIDAR, like a magic tool, destroyed this barrier, and now before us appears. Grand Mayan cities with their walls, roads, and aqueducts. Complex networks of rivers and trails in the heart of the Amazon, proving that people used the landscape to create incredible ecosystems. Forgotten fortifications along the Great Silk Road, reminiscent of the former glory of ancient trade routes. What's next? Hundreds of Nazca lines. And then imagine giant figures carved into the surface of the Earth, stretching for kilometers. These are the Nazca lines, a mystery that has puzzled scientists for decades. But in 2024, it was time for new discoveries, and this time artificial intelligence was our main assistant. Thanks to its scanning capabilities, we were able to see 303 new lines, adding to the list of 400 that were previously known. And that's not the end of the story. What else do the mysterious Nazca lines hide? New discoveries await us. DNA of Pompeii. Imagine, you find yourself in the city of Pompeii, where time stopped in 79 AD due to the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. A thick layer of ash preserved not only houses, but also the bodies of the dead. Archaeologists have long studied these frozen moments, like detectives investigating an old crime. And now they have a new tool at their disposal, DNA analysis. The sequencing results shocked everyone. The mother and child, who were portrayed as a family for years, turned out to be complete strangers. This is the story of Pompeii. Rock art continues to age. Are rock art actually much older than we know? Science continues to uncover the secrets of the past, and 2024 has brought new discoveries in the field of rock art. Research has shown that the oldest rock art to date is in Indonesia. A scene of a pig-like animal hunt discovered in a cave on the island of Sulawesi is at least 51,200 years old. This discovery has pushed back the time frame of rock art by several millennia, surpassing previous finds, including an earlier drawing of pigs also found in Indonesia. What other discoveries have scientists made in 2024? Oldest cheese. For example, they found the oldest cheese. Cheese, as we know, is a way to extend the shelf life of milk, but who would have thought that it would last for as long as 3,500 years? Imagine. Archaeologists find mummies in tombs in northwest China, and around their necks they have ancient cheese. DNA analysis showed that it was kefir, a soft goat cheese that these people made. It turns out that kefir not only keeps well, but also helped the ancients cope with lactose intolerance. This is an ancient superfood. Bronze Age navigators. Who would have thought that robots working for an oil and gas company could make such a discovery? Imagine. At a depth of 2 kilometers off the coast of Israel, they found an ancient Canaanite ship that is 3,300 years old, and it is almost like new. Before this, all ancient boats were found near the shore, and then this. Perhaps our ancient ancestors were still sailors and could navigate the open sea by the stars. What a surprise. And we move on, sunken remains of time. Surprisingly, not only scientists can make archaeological discoveries. Companies exploring the ocean have also contributed to the search for sunken ships from World War II. Off the coast of California, underwater drones recorded the remains of the destroyer Stuart, captured by the Japanese and then sunk by the Americans. And in the South China Sea, the Lost 52 project found the USS Harder, a submarine that sank in 1944 with 79 sailors on board. Here's how technology and collaboration are helping to unlock the secrets of the past. The oldest human genomes reveal when we met. The Neanderthals are Neanderthals related? The presence of Neanderthal DNA in almost every modern human is evidence of our shared history. The first people to migrate from Africa likely met Neanderthals in the Middle East and interbred with them. DNA analysis of the remains of Europeans who lived 45,000 years ago has shown that this mixing occurred relatively recently, between 49,000 and 45,000 years ago. Just think that each of us has a piece of another human species inside of us. This makes human history even more amazing and exciting. Egypt, golden amulets and secrets of the Nile. And we are moving to Egypt. The tombs found here earlier are often full of treasures, but one of the most intriguing finds was the dried-up bed of the Nile. Imagine, thousands of years ago, it served as a road for huge stone blocks from which the pyramids were erected. Scientists assume that it was this ancient artery that allowed the Egyptians to surpass the engineering achievements of their time. These artifacts indicate that we still know little about the ancient civilization that was able to build one of the 7 wonders of the world. For example, it still remains a mystery how the Egyptians moved multi-ton stones, or how they achieved such precision in designing the pyramids. Or perhaps the technology of their construction hides even more amazing secrets. Tomb beneath the treasury of Petra. Petra is a city carved into the rocks where time seems to stand still, whispering stories of bygone eras. Along with Egypt, it has always attracted researchers with its ancient secrets. Recently, in this stone city, a tomb was found containing 12 skeletons, another thread in the tapestry of its mysterious past. Archaeologists, like patient gardeners, rake through the layers of history, studying the bones and rituals of the Nabateans, trying to shed light on their worldview. Who were these people buried here? What role do they play in the Symphony of Petra? One thing is certain. The Nabateans were geniuses of engineering and architecture who created a complex labyrinth with a unique water supply system. What other treasures and secrets does this stone citadel hold, waiting for us to discover them? The burnt scrolls of Vesuvius, a voice from the past. As we know from legend, the ancient volcano Vesuvius unleashed its fury on Herculaneum, but left behind an amazing legacy, charred scrolls. For a long time, they were silent witnesses to the tragedy, but now, thanks to artificial intelligence, we can hear their voices. The first deciphered lines are full of philosophical reflections on the joys of life. Perhaps these are the thoughts of Epicurus' students, trying to understand the secrets of happiness. How touching that after 2,000 years we can touch the thoughts of those whose lives were cut short so suddenly. And this is just the beginning. Many more scrolls are waiting in the wings. The oldest saddle in the world, the story of the first travelers. What does a saddle have to do with world history? It turns out, a lot. A 2,700-year-old saddle found in the Taklamakan Desert is not just an artifact, but evidence of how people adapted to their world. The leather and straw-stuffed saddle has survived only due to the unique desert conditions. It gives us an insight into the first long-distance journeys made possible by the development of horseback riding. How did this technology change the world? Perhaps this discovery will be the key to new understandings about the spread of cultures in ancient times. Mayan jade? Mask, a symbol of strength and faith. This mask seems to bring myths to life. Smooth jade carved with amazing skill, eyes and teeth made of shells. It personifies the god of the storm, an entity worshipped by the Mayans. Such artifacts are rare. They open a window into the complex world of ancient rituals in which art, faith, and nature were inseparable. What could such masks symbolize? Perhaps they were guides between the earthly and divine worlds, revealing the essence of the beliefs of this civilization. This find makes us rethink the relationship of ancient peoples with the surrounding nature. Scottish Stonehenge stone. A 6-ton stone brought from Scotland to Stonehenge challenges our imagination. How? Why? These questions hide an amazing story. Stonehenge, which began as a burial place, eventually turned into a magnificent temple. Researchers came to this conclusion thanks to the discovery of cremated remains, soil analysis, and the study of traces of ancient rituals that confirm its cult significance. These stones are not just an engineering marvel, but also a symbol of enormous collective work. How did people overcome such complex challenges? This remains one of the most exciting mysteries, a tree that has long ceased to grow on Earth. Imagine, deep in a Canadian quarry, scientists have discovered a fossil of an ancient tree about 350 million years old. But what is surprising about this discovery is not so much the age, but the integrity of the tree, three-dimensionally pressed into the stone, and its unusual appearance. The tree was perfectly preserved, and scientists were able to study its entire structure, from the roots to the crown. It is an entirely new species of plant that does not currently grow on Earth. In appearance, this tree, about 2.5 meters tall, resembled a brush, had a surprisingly thin trunk, and an extensive crown, with massive and long leaves up to 1.7 meters each, sticking out perpendicular to the trunk. It is amazing how a tree of such a structure, on which the researchers counted about 200 leaves, could stay upright. But scientists have yet to answer this question. Perhaps it grew in a dense environment of other trees, or its trunk was incredibly elastic. Fossilized tree fragments have been found in this area before, but they were not whole and as well preserved as the latest find. The significance of the discovery also lies in the fact that this botanical time capsule gives an idea of the development of early forests in the history of our Earth. Conclusion: these discoveries show how the past can reassert itself, even when it seems lost forever. Imagine what else is hidden beneath the thickness of centuries. Perhaps the greatest secrets of antiquity are dormant right now under our feet, waiting for their moment. And what if the next megalopolis of the past is found tomorrow? What else is our planet hiding? Perhaps the most exciting discoveries are yet to come, or maybe you will be the one to discover the next great secret. What do you think about this?